The title is Rules for Greater Life. You all want greater life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are the rules you have to follow, or you must follow. There is a certain disciplines in life, you know. When you have those disciplines, you feel more freer, more relaxed, more peaceful, and more happy that you are also improving in so many physically, mentally, emotionally, it impacts. And definitely spiritually. But those people who don't have any discipline in life, you know, guess what? What kind of life they are living? Vicky can tell us fast. What kind of life they live?
Chaotic and
Chaotic,
unstable.
very boring. Yeah, they lack energy. So they're dragging themselves. That's a good word for that. You know, life can be whatever you make of it. It is your life, right? And you can do anything you want to do with this life. And let people done something wrong, so they are in the. You see that nowadays you go, prison is packed with those, you know. And some worst cases, they become mentally ill, you know. They become drug addict or alcohol addict, those kind of things. So whose mistake is that? Whose fault is that? It's their own, right? Can't blame to anybody else, and even if you blame, it won't do you any good anyway. So, especially in the spiritual life is a very special life. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Very special life. There is a different type of life, you will see the religious life, family life, you know, when you have a house full of children and family and all that. So they are all good. They are all good. It depends on how you lead that life. If you know the art of life, the art and science of life, right? If you know that, then you live very peacefully, very wonderfully, and you appreciate a lot, your life. And not only that, you become the example for others, right? For instance, your children, they follow you very closely. They watch everything you do. And this is how, or your grandchildren. So, when you wake up in the morning, pray to God and thanks Him for a new day. Why is that important? Any idea?
It's going to give you gratitude, and that'll get you through your day.
Put you through a day, right? And you feel very good about it. And you also receive the blessings. Like Jesus says, seek and you shall find. Ask and it shall be given. And knock on the doors, it shall be open. Most people are seeking one way or others, but some of them are not finding it. Why? They seek in the wrong place, right? Just like you're going for some address, and if you have wrote down the one word wrong, guess what? You will be wondering and wasting your energy. So similarly, in life also, you have to understand very wisely, understand the needs of this life, you know, understand who you are, what do you want in this life. Yeah? Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, just like you go to a new town and you don't know the address, you know, you could be going places and you won't get where you want to be. And this is what happened to lots of people in this world, because they come into the world and a lot of them are like a, what is called, copier. You know the copier? They copy somebody, you know. Some people copy the good people, some people copy the wrong one, right? Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people copy the wrong. But if your mind is very clear, you know, and you know what you want, and inside of all of us, there is a pure self, very, very pure self, and it guides us. That is called the inner guru. Have you heard that word?
Mm-hmm.
Inner guru, inner guide. You know. And we all have that. We all have that. But if we become very sensitive, very, very conscious, let's put it this way, conscious, then you will follow your heart, follow that inner guru, and you will be very fine in life. Okay. So when you wake up in the morning, pray to God and thanks Him for a new day. And thanks, you know, a gratitude can be a very special. And especially when you feel what is your feeling, you just express that, you know. You don't have to copy anybody. You don't have to follow anybody else's ideas. The most important is, the most natural it is that which is yours. What you are feeling. You feel the gratitude. You feel the appreciation. This is the opportunity to express that. And guess what? You get more grace, you know. So you are opening the door for worthiness, you know, for humbleness, for humilities, for the love and appreciations. You understand? And the more you do that, more you connect with God, more you connect, you know. But those who are lost in the world, those who are lost, they go on, and they waste their energy. They become very worryful. They have a lot of fears and a lot of, you know, chaos and confusions, you know. So to avoid all that, you have to start your day right. That makes sense? Yes. Drink warm water, 1 to 2 glass of water, and you can add some lime juice. If you can squeeze the fresh lime and some ginger, and it is even more beneficial if you chew that ginger, you know. So you get a antioxidant, and it clean out your systems. You know, it's called the detox. The lime does. It detox your system. lubricate your system. So this is very good, and you can add some honey also. Lime, warm water with lime juice, and then what was the other one? Ginger root. Slice them and make it in small pieces so you can chew and eat it, and drink the water 1 to 2 glass. You will never have constipation problems, no indigestions, and plus your weight will be also better, your weight will be good. So, and then you spray some water on some water on your eyes. So what it does, it gets rid of all the mucus from your eyes, and plus it washes clean if any dirt or anything in your eyes, it is all cleaned out, and it sustains the life of the eyes. So you will have a better eyesight for a long time. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. And then also you feel more awakened, you're more fresh, and then you're done your bathroom stuff, and again sit in meditation. First you make some affirmation in your meditation and make your own good one, and then meditate. And during that meditation, if you do some pranayama, and pranayama is, you have no idea how powerful it is, the pranayama. It has an enormous health benefit with pranayama. Do you know why? Because that's the oxygen you are intaking, right? And oxygen is everything. Without the oxygen, you cannot survive even for a couple minutes, And so, but if oxygen is done rightfully, when you breathe in, when your tummy goes out, taking a long and deep breath, your tummy goes out. And as you breathe out, your tummy goes in. That is a correct way to do the pranayama. Baby does naturally. They don't have to learn the techniques. And you notice that when they are sleeping, they are breathing, their tummy goes out, and when they breathe out, tummy goes in. Right? Another benefit of that is that when you breathe in and then hold that breath, which is called the Nari Shodhan Pranayama. Have you heard the Nari Shodhan Pranayama? Because we have 72,000 nerves, and they all have to be survived, right? They have to be very healthy to do the healthy. If you have nerves are all very elegant and they are really healthy, you will never have a mental problem. You never have what is called hypertension, or you will never have like a depression or anxiety or a stress. No, none of those things. They won't even come to you. So this pranayama is really powerful. Nari Shodhan Pranayama, the Anlom Vilom Pranayama, and then there is another one. People who have sleeping disorders, the Brahmari Pranayama is very, very good for the sleeping disorders. Brahmari Pranayama, you know what it is. Everybody knows how to do it.
Was that the humming?
Yes. But in humming, you have to be really more focused. When you are breathing in, and once you finish the breathing, then you do the humming. Humming. and then you breathe out. Then humming goes on and on and on, and your tongue should be up. Fold your tongue, and it's going up. Just leave it there. Don't even try to touch the throat area. And then, but you should not put the ear plug or anything. Just put the thumb, both thumb, naturally should be inside the ear, and then you are humming. Longer you can, okay? So, and you are at present at the sound, and you are focused at the sound, and that makes very, very good for mental peace. Mind becomes purified. So you won't have anxiety problem or a stress problem and all that, and you feel very calm. We do like 11 times. You understand? So you have to count by 11 times you do that humming. And then also if you have a sleeping disorder, then these two fingers, and take some oil, like a mustard oil, or what you call it, sesame oil, and dip the oil and go like this. This helps your brain to relax. Brain becomes very, very soothing, and relaxed with a both finger like this. So your whole finger goes like that, and you will fall in sleep within 5 minutes. So these are really, really good. And another one for the sleeping, the left side of the nose, what is that called? Ingla, and this side is called Pingla, and which is called, in the middle is called Susumna, right? Ingla, Pingla, Susumna. In English it is called, left side is lunar, right side is solar, and this is the pineal gland, third eye or pineal gland, okay? So if you are doing only through the left side is cool, right? Right side is hot. Here, solar, the sun is hot. So left side is cool. When your left side is activated and you are doing only through the left side breathing, your mind is automatically very calm, very peaceful, very serene, very relaxed. No nonsense thoughts coming and going in your mind. You become very relaxed. So you have to do like a 5 to 10 minutes. You're doing, and you become naturally very calm, very peaceful. All the thoughts is completely cleaned out from your brain, and you fall in sleep so good, so nicely. But if the left side and right side both activated and they are balanced, like England, Pingla, they both are balanced, then it activates the pineal glands, or you may call it Agnya Chakra, third eye centers. And when that activates, then you feel very high. High means no drug needed. You will be high, and you feel very, very on the top of the world. You feel great. So these are pranayama is so beneficial. So this is why Anlom Bilom, in Anlom Bilom you do the both side. You breathe in from left side, hold for maybe a second and then breathe out completely, and then again hold second there, and then breathe in through the right. But in Kappa, what do you call, Narishodhan Pranayama, which is Kumbhak, Rechak and Purak, right? You remember that word? Kumbhak, Rechak and Purak. Those three elements. And that time, if you hold like first you start with a 15 seconds, then 30 seconds, and then like a 60 second if you hold it, your mind will completely stop. There will be not a single thought at that time. You wonder. So when you say, I can't meditate because my mind is so weird, and it's not focused, it's not calm. So this is the reason the yoga science says that you have to practice pranayama. Patanjali talk about the pranayama after the yama, niyama. So in a yama is like you have to be very pure. Yama also you have to speak truth. You can't speak lies, that's called the disciplines. You have to be also what you call celibate. Try to be more and more celibate. So there are 5 elements that you have to perfect. Then you pass the yama, then you go to the niyama, which is called the mental disciplines. We'll discuss some that, time. So there are things that you can work on, we all can work on, and the whole idea is until you go to the meditation after the, what do you call, the, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, then dhyana. Pratyahara means withdrawing the mind from all the sensual activities. And then dharana means trying to focus on the object of God, the God himself. Focus on the third eye centers, and you focus, or if you are meditating, focus on the word, And when you are focusing on the word, you don't have to recite anything at all. Remember, right? You don't have to chant any mantras or any God, 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 or Krishna, 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 or Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. None of that. Simply focusing on your breath. When the breath goes in and breath goes out, focus on the breath itself. And you don't have to even force yourself to breathe in and breathe out, okay? It happens when you are asleep, you are breathing, right? When you are walking, you are not conscious, you are breathing. Once you start become really conscious of the breath and you can actually notice it, that means your meditation start. So that's called the dhyana. And then meditation start, the meditation, your mind is focused on the word. And then you can start hearing the word. Then you start hearing the word, you start hearing the music. The anhadnad, you heard of that, anhadnad, right? Anhadnad means unstrike sound. Everything is, when you hit that, you force that sound to appear, right? You play guitar, you force the music to come. So unstruck sound is that It's God is playing that. It's not you. It's not your mind. It's not any instrument. It's God is playing that music inside you. And interestingly, that music goes on 24 hours. It does not come and goes. It happens all the time. Once your mind, you become focused on that sound, and the sound will become louder and louder and louder, and you will feel so good. You will be lay on the bed and you will be listening the sound. You will be walking, you will be listening the sound. Wherever you are, however you can be busy doing your work and yet you hear that inner sound. So once that start happen, that means you are very close. Very close of what? Very close of see God, close of hear God, And so you can start experiencing that, and it unfolds very rapidly. And so you become more closer and closer every day, and mind becomes completely absorbed in that sound. And especially after 12 o'clock in the night until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, you can notice that sound. If you just pay attention, you will notice that sound is going on inside your head. Have you ever heard that?
Interestingly, when for a time, I was working like 4 to midnight, and I'd come home and sit in meditation. And you're right, at that time at night, it is clear.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm not in that particular rotation, it's probably less often that I hear it.
Yeah, the first you hear the sound of it like a cricket. Have you heard the crickets? Cricket sound. Then slowly it increases, going into the different sound like a drum, like a waterfalls, also thunders, and then you start hearing the sound of a flutes like Krishna playing the flutes, sound like a flutes. You hear also the sound of a conches. Have you heard the conches? Are the name conches?
Mm-hmm.
You will hear the sound of conches. Then you also hear the sound of a drum, like a drummer drumming, those kind of sounds. And once you go into the more advanced state, then the God is talking to you, and you can hear the message, coming directly, like Jesus used to hear that, And so sometime Moses will appear and sometime other, saints they appear and direct talk. So you will hear anything you wanted to talk, you can talk direct, and you have a direct connection that you can really converse each other. And so those things is all there. But we are too sidetracked. Do you know what I mean? We are so sidetracked, we are constantly dwelling in the world and just going along with what's going on in the day, and then yes, you are still benefiting after having knowledge, and even if you are doing 5 minutes here and there, you are benefiting some, but that is not called the progress, So when and one of the great benefit that if you are really seriously meditating, even a half hour morning and a half hour in the evening, you will find that your mind becomes more pure, more pure. No more lust, no more greed, no more ego, no more attachments, no more anxiety, no more stress, no more fear, no more guilt. All those things started to completely clean out from your systems. You become like a pure child. very pure. You cannot cheat anybody, you cannot lie anyone, you cannot hurt anybody, you know. You will be very kind, very generous, very pure. Yeah. So once that happens, then you are ready for the next step, next endeavor. Okay. So 30 minutes of meditations, you know, doing regularly, and then slowly increase, you know. And if you are doing the pranayama and all that included in during the meditation, then easily it will go 45 minutes to an hour. Okay. So, but make it discipline. Don't escape it, you know. It's not that how fast you are progressing. It is that you are doing regularly, and then you definitely will get there. You know what I mean? If you are doing 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, you know, one day you did 1 hour and next day you forgot all about it. You know how that goes?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a discipline, you know, like I said, that you should start with a half an hour, morning and the evening, but do it rigorously. And if you are doing it rigorously, then you will definitely someday you will get there. You have more chance than who does here and there and forget about it. And then they don't get any benefit. You know what I mean? One day you did good and you're feeling a little better, and another day you are spaced out and don't do it or something else. But you know, when we don't do it, that's when we cause the problem. That's where the problem comes and we get sucked into the problem. You know. But if you do it regularly, then you will never get sucked in. You will get out in no time, and you will be getting better and better every day, every day. So it's not how much you do it. Yes, some people do it long time, you know, and their growth is faster, you know. But some people who don't do it at all, they are wasting their energies. They are not getting anywhere, you know. So this is very important. Anything, just like if you're in education, you have to work hard to get where you want to be, you know. So anything, that similarly your work, you are doing work, and if you are, you know, not doing, then you can be fired, you know, or laid off. You will be the first one to go. So everything requires some discipline, it requires some sincerity. Okay? After taking shower and all that, you know, in the morning, then you do some yoga. Do some yoga, right? Yoga is very, very good for you. Actually, yoga is the one exercise which is complete exercise. It does internal organs as well as the external our body. Do you understand? But there is no other exercise who are complete. I mean, walking is good too. Going swimming is also good exercise. Or going to the gym or working those, you know, what is called cardio exercise, that is good too. They're all good. But yoga is a complete exercise. It works. And not any other exercise except swimming or yoga, it gives you a mental peace. You know, when you swim, your mind becomes relaxed. Similarly, when you're doing yoga, during the yoga practice, you feel mentally more alert, more focused, more calmer, more slower, you know. So yoga is a very, very wonderful. Do yoga. And also there are some other exercise like I can do for the hand. These are really good exercise because sometimes you start feeling little pain here in the joints, or sometimes your fingers. As you grow older, you will start noticing that. But this is a good exercise because the five elements of the nature, water, ether, fire, and what do you call, and heat. So all the five elements, earth, so this all get activated, with that. And you can also do like this. The five fingers to, the front of the, yeah, and then this one. This is come 50 times you do that, and you can feel the difference. Notice all the five elements are balanced, because if any of them imbalanced, then you get problems in your body. So this is also, you can also do like this. There are 5 different exercises you can do. Then also this one, you see. And then so you can try to do it a couple days and see how you feel. Notice. So this is some good exercise, and simply by doing this, your whole body feels better. Your whole body get activated. Read some spiritual books. Not science fiction. Or novels. A lot of people, I used to read a lot of novels in my college days. So it was okay, entertaining, But spiritual books will inspire you. So books like a Bible, books like a Bhagavad Gita, books like a autobiography of the yogi. Have you ever read that?
Mm-hmm.
Did Alex read that too?
Sure.
Yeah. Very, very inspiring. And we have some of the lots of good books, in the library. And take and read it, something. Okay. And sleep daily 7 to 8 hours. And do you know one thing? When you eat, before you eat, do some prayer or think of God. God, thank you for the meal. I appreciate it. And this meal is going to give me a good health. Okay. So when you pray before you eat, the food becomes a prasadam. Do you know what prasadam is?
Mm-hmm.
Prasadam. When you go somewhere and ready to go and you pray before you go, then it becomes like a Tirtha Yatra. Have you heard that Tirtha Yatra? Tirtha Yatra means going to the pilgrimage, holy places. Okay. So before you go to sleep and you pray, you do the same, meditate or pray before you. Everything you do, any work you go to work and you pray before you walk or drive a car. Make a habit of pray almost in everything you do. Combine that prayer, combine the God consciousness on you. Do you know what that will do? Your life becomes holy. Holy means, you know what meant.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel the God every action in your life. Every action you perform, everything you do, you involving the God. And so every action, your whole life will be transformed and you will feel connected all the time. Not some of the time when you meditate, but you become connected all the time. So this is a nice way. And do you know another good thing? That you won't have to worry about it. God is in control. He takes over. But if you don't give it, just like a child, some child are what you call rowdy, and they say, no, this my way or no way, and they just to go on doing things, and they tend to make more mistakes. But when you have a God with you, and just feel that God's presence is always there, you must have a complete faith that God is always there for you, always, no matter where you are, what you are doing, what kind of problem you are going through. God is always there, and He will guide you through, so you will never be alone. Isn't that good idea? Good thing. You can never be. You will never be alone. Like me, I always have a faith. I have complete faith, and I have never asked God for anything worldly, anything where God give me a good job, let me get my pay raise, or God help me be healthy, why me, why I'm going through this sickness or that. I said, no, none of this. I know God is already there, and He knows me more than I know myself. So I don't need to worry about any of these things. These are very minor things. So always, before you sleep, before you go, before you wake up, before all this, always allow the God to come into your life. And more you open your heart, the more quicker the God will manifest Him. God will take over you. Okay? And choose your kind words when you talk to others. What that will do? If we choose the kind words, talk very nicely, very pleasant word, what that will do? It will ease the atmosphere. It will affect the other person. Even that person mentally was not ready for that. That will affect him, and you feel very, very comfort by your word, and and they will appreciate you. And then in return, you will appreciate them too. So always use the card. Instead of, you have choice always. Remember, we have always choice. Use the harsh word or pleasant word. Be nice or be naive. Right? So what we like to be? We like to be nice. And when you are nice to other people, you will also become nice yourself, naturally. Always work hard and make a nice goal. Make a goal for yourself. Don't just go like a common people do. Come, wake up, brush their teeth, drink the coffee, and take off, and and go to the work. And sometime when they're hungry, they grab the sandwich and eating the sandwich, things like that. So instead, what is good thing to do? Always make time for yourself. Be careful in choosing your friend. Just like you are careful in choosing your house, right? You should be also careful choosing your friends. Why? The wrong friend will make your life worse, right? Make your life unpleasant, give you a wrong atmosphere. Yeah. So always choose good people. Hang around good people, who are very nice, who are very kind, very generous, very loving. They use the good words, not all those words, okay? If you have some weakness or shortcoming, set a goal to get rid of it. We all have weakness, we all have shortcomings. And most times it's not big deals, it happens once in a while, so I'm not going to worry about it. It's not a matter of worry, you know. Just like you are playing a string of guitars and if the one string is loose, what will happen? Guitar will not give you the good music. Similarly, in our life, if something is we do not appreciate for ourselves, we want, or even somebody told us that, you know, the most likely you should be aware of what your what is called behaviors are or attitude are, or what would you like to do better to yourself, right? And we are aware, we know ourselves more than anybody else. So therefore you should take a precise action and just work on the one problem, one thing, and give it time, sufficient time, give yourself sufficient time and work on it, and then you are done. Then you go on the next one. And so this way you will make your life more harmonious, and also you will accomplish a lot. Only through you. Remember, this is your best friend, you, right? And if this is not in order, then you cannot accomplish anything, right? So this is why one should work on themselves. If you have some bad habit or bad thoughts or bad feeling you hold inside about somebody, you should get rid of that. You don't want to keep that growing, and make you feel very uncomfortable with yourself. So always work on your shortcomings, work on it. Don't let it loose. And that way you will not succeed in your life. It will haunt you. Okay? So one should be proud of yourself, appreciate who you are and love yourself as much as possible and care for yourself. Care does not mean just go out and buy anything and everything you want, Care means taking care of this you, And other things are just make you more comfortable, more, give you more. But that other thing does not make care for you, Okay? Always have a great faith in yourself and God, and avoid what? White flowers, white sugars, and what else? And salt. Avoid not too much salt, and hopefully you can get those pink salt. That is more healthier for you than this other salt, And only because they are all processed. And they have to use the chemical to process these things. Whether it is a flour or salt or, what you call it, sugar. They have to process it. And you don't know what kind of chemical it is, how bad it is for you. So you either cut down salt, lesser salt you eat is better it is for you. And the sugar, if you have to eat the canned sugar. Have you heard that canned sugar? It comes from the sugar cane straight. It doesn't come from beets or other things. It comes direct from the sugar cane. And it doesn't add any chemical. It's a direct and make it from their sugar. Some people call it brown sugar. Is that same thing, Alex?
Brown sugar?
Brown sugar or cane sugar is same thing?
Not necessarily.
No.
It just depends on how it's refined.
Okay. So yeah, this cane sugar is better for you. Cane sugar, if you want to eat. So remember that yoga is not a religion. You know, yoga is not a religion. It is a science of well-being, science of youthfulness, science of integrating body, mind, and soul. That's called a yoga. Yoga means yoga. And yoga means the marriage. Marriage between the soul and God. Oneness between the soul and God. And the yoga brings that oneness. And so, your body, mind, senses, your brain, your nervous systems, all these has to be very healthy and very pure. And more pure it is, the more pure your mind becomes, more calmer your mind becomes. Meditation helps you feel peaceful, very calm. And one of the best benefits is focus. Your focus is unwavering, and it cleans out all the toxins from your body, cleans out all the bad elements from your body. So you become very vibrant, very healthy, and very focused. And most important of all, it gives you a journey, a spiritual journey of oneness with God. So eventually you become completely one, like a river merging into the ocean, the soul merging into the God. Is that making sense?
Mm.
So, but next thing you have to remember that you can still come into the world, even when you left this body, right? And you can come back into the world. Isn't that will be better that you come back, you are already free soul? Free from all this bondage of this body, mind, ego, emotions, lust, greed, fear and phobias. You are free from all this. This is what is called the nirvana. Nirvana means complete isolation of all this limited awareness, right? And so once you become free and you come back, you are aware. You know who you are, even that very young day. And you could be a 5-month-old and you are aware already. You are aware that you were in the past life. You are aware of what you have to do in this life. Like Sant Gyaneshwar, Vivekananda, he was only lived 32 years, both of them. And look, what a remarkable things they did, So even Jesus Christ, he lived 32, 33 years. And look what he has attained. Many, many sages and seers have not attained that. In the short life, in 32 years of it. So that you will do same thing. You will come mainly to serve the mankind, to help mankind, to uplift mankind, not to enjoy this material glamour, comfort, luxury, and all that. But all those things comes with the price, right? It doesn't come free, It comes with the price. You have to pay something. You have to give your liberation, you give your freedom, give your joy, and go after that, So that is not a good feeling, is it? Yes? So that choice will be yours. You come, do some good for the mankind, you're done, you leave. So you can come and go as you wish. You are not controlled by anything else. But this way, we are in the mercy of what? We don't even know when we have to go, right? We neither know when we born, we neither know when we have to go. And we don't even know what's going to happen in our life. Everything is surprise, right? Your life is a surprise, your death is a surprise, your living is a surprise, you are living in the world, you don't know what kind of circumstances, situation will come and drag me out. So this is not called the freedom, this is not called joy or peace. So it's very important to do. You go on life. It's not that you have to live tomorrow. You will go on and do the right things in life, so you will be very happy when you leave. You are very happy when you are here, and you are happy when you leave. Isn't that will be good? So thank you very much.
Thank you.